Okay, good. All right, so can I get one person to read off our learning target today so we can get started? Go ahead, Mandy.
I can present my PowerPoint presentation in a professional and in
Good. So we're going to work on, hold on please. We're going to work on presenting PowerPoints today and what that needs to look like. You've already created your PowerPoint. You know what it looks like in terms of the slides. You've already written your report. We're going to talk about that at the end of class today. I'll hand those back to you so you can see them. Now we need to talk about what do you do? What does the presenter do? Right? And so what I need us to do now is give yourself a BC grade for how confident you think you are in terms of presenting. If you feel like you're really confident at presenting already, give yourself a high one, maybe an A or a B. If you feel like it's something you need to work on, give yourself a low BC grade. Listen.
I don't find my end, but I think maybe one of you took it by mistake because it's here.
You want to have an extra iPad? Get lost? I didn't see one when everyone left. Sorry about that. See if that works. Sorry about that, Marisa. Good luck. Okay. Next thing, if you could do this, if you could open up in Edmodo and find this document. I think this is what it's called. It's called Presenter Images. It's in classwork today. Open up in Edmodo and find that document. I'd like to see the first person who can get there. Exactly. Images. Okay, borrow yours real quick, Vanessa. This is what it should look like. See, a couple people have it. On here, there are 4 images of people giving presentations. Now, we can't hear them. We can't necessarily hear what they're saying or be in the room with them, but we can make some assumptions about their presentation based on these images. So I want you to look through these images, and we're going to work in some groups today. So we're going to work with the people you're sitting with. Tyler and Ignacio, I'm going to ask you guys to turn around and work with the people behind you. In your group, can you answer these 2 questions in your group? If you could just write them down on someone's iPad or on a piece of paper. Which image looks the most professional and which one looks the least professional? Make sure you have a reason why. Okay? I'll give you 60 seconds. Turn with your group and answer those questions.
Can we answer only one?
Yep, go ahead. And Ignacio, yeah, you can just turn around, that's fine. I'll put that back there. Taylor, same thing, you can just turn around and put that back there and see what their ideas. Makes sense to me.
I don't know where it's from.
Should we enter classwork? Oh, there you go, perfect. Just talk to each other, figure out which one you think is the best, which one you think is the worst, and why. Should be classwork? Yeah. Make sure you have your answers about 30 more seconds. We're going to do a lot of group work today, so you guys will work together. Thanks.
Está leyendo el reporte y el PowerPoint tiene atrás. Esta está en el PowerPoint. Esta me viene otra parte muy pequeña y esta me no está leyendo.
The third one is the most professional because he's looking directly to the audience and trying to say yes on the what. Ahora esta es la peor. ¿Cuál es el segundo?
Es que este me está leyendo.
Okay, so let me pause you. Can you look up here real quick in 3? Thank you. Okay, pause you, look up here real quick in 2. Thank you. Pause, look up here, please. Beautiful. Okay, can I ask you, can you pick a number between 2 and 7?
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you give me what is the most professional out of these and why?
The third one.
And can you tell me why?
Because it's like he has the things in the whiteboard.
Okay, why is that helpful?
And
Why
he's
is-
like more clean and like yes.
His appearance looks professional in that sense, the way he's presenting himself. Okay, good. Pick a number between 2 and 6.
4.
2, 3, 4. Over here. What is the least professional and why?
Number 1.
Number one, why?
Because he's reading,
He's not
he's not like talking to the audience. He's like reading the paper.
He's looking like this the whole time, right? Good. So there's some things. There's a couple other problems with a few of them, right? Hold up. So I want us to talk more about this, but I want us to do an activity first to narrow in what are the things that these people should be doing, right? There's some, we can tell which ones look professional already. But we want to talk about what are the qualities of professionalism, right? What kind of things should happen with professionalism, what things shouldn't happen with professionalism. So we're going to look at those 4 qualities that were on your do now. So in your same groups, I'm going to give you a piece of paper and a marker. You look over at the board real quick. There are 4 things we're focusing on, right? What does professionalism look like, sound like, act like, and think like? Your group's only going to work on one characteristic. And I want you to think about your ideas from your do now and also looking at these pictures. What does a professional person look like? What does it sound like? What do they act like? What do they think like? Don't give me simple answers. Really think about all the aspects here, right? We're thinking about looks. How are they dressing? How do they look? Their appearance? How do they stand? We're talking about sounds. What things do they say? What does their tone of voice sound like? Things like that. Think is probably a little more difficult. So the group that's doing think, really think about what is this person thinking in their head as they're presenting, right? What are their emotions? What's going on in their mind? Okay? I want you to write down your ideas on this paper, and then we're going to put them up on the board. So this group, can we do looks like? This group we're going to do sounds like?
But I don't even know.
This group's going to do acts like? And this group's going to do things like? Okay,
So what would you like?
What does the person think like professionally?
He's very
Acts like? Mr.
No,
White?
just an imaginary person.
We never had me but clear as a teacher.
You never have, hopefully next year.
Mr. White, acts like, it's like the gestures.
Good, I think so.
Strong, direct voice.
Era strong and direct voice.
I believe so. I haven't actually talked to her yet to see what her plans are, but I believe that's true. Exactly. Very good.
I don't even know.
That's okay. Good. So when you guys are finished, in a second, I'll tell you. I want you to send one person up there to put your poster on the board. Okay. Try to do all these things when you go up there. Okay. Try to do all those things when you go up there. Okay. Good. I'm gonna call you guys up in a second.
Act like it.
Poster on the board, and you try to when you're
Act
talking
like
about it. Try to
He's
do all
very
those things.
neat and professional.
Whoever you choose to go up there, try to have them do all those things.
He sounds very clear voice.
Good. Good. I like that. Good.
I don't know how to sound. I don't know how to sound very well.
I want only one person to go up and up there. Try to do the things that you're just when you put it up on the board, just to show the last one. How are we doing? Good? Very good. Okay. So I'm going to call you guys up in a second. And when you guys choose to go off the board there. And then
No. Only how she looks.
try to do these things in your mind as you're up there to kind of demonstrate to people what that looks like. Okay? I think so.
So we write.
I don't know, we're just going to take this.
Get better.
Can you give me a thumbs up if 1 minute is enough time? Thumbs up?
We're done.
Okay, good. Don't put it up yet. Don't put it up yet. Good.
No,
All right,
but
we'll take
you
about a
do
minute.
more than just looks like. We're only supposed to
Meaning. L-E.
Really?
Yes.
Good, start it.
Oops, we did all.
Oh, just focus on looks like. So cross out the other ones. Cross out the other ones.
And how do I know Miss Mateo?
Oh, por Dios.
You don't need to. These are just scratch paper.
Dice una escritura y cache porque yo pensé que era.
That works.
She looks very.
Okay. Let me get your attention back here real quick in 3.
Okay,
Thank you. Let me get your attention. Stop what you're doing, please.
We need five
Up here in
more
2.
minutes.
Thank you. Sorry. Let me get your attention back this way in 1. Perfect. Okay, good. So I'm going to ask you to send up your representative. Hold up.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to send up your representative from each group. One at a time. I'll call your group when you're ready. Do stick your poster up there. Explain briefly. You don't need to read everything, but give us a summary of what your group said. And then try to act out a little bit of what those things are. So we have a demonstration of what those things are. Okay? I'm going to start with the sounds like group. So sounds like, go ahead.
No.
You want to know what?
Okay, so let's give them our attention, please. Guys,
Yes.
I know you guys are working, but you need to make sure you give them attention. Okay?
Okay, so it sounds like, and you said a lot of ideas, but I mean, we're like, you need to have a strong and direct voice. You need to be sure of what you're saying. You need to have a good vocabulary, not like saying, this project was very fun. You need to say like, it was terrific or it was hilarious.
More specific. Okay? Very good. Come on back. Thank you very much. Good. Can we have the X-like group go next?
Is it supposed to be about the teacher?
No, in general. It's okay. Show us what you have. It's okay.
So may I say like another thing that the paper doesn't say?
Okay. Good. Let's give them our attention, please.
The piece of paper. Are you going to present our PowerPoint?
Hold up.
Acts like with like gestures and
Nice.
moving your hands.
Hey.
Like walking around the space, like around, and not leaning on the wall.
Okay. Very important. Thank you very much. Good. Things like, you're up. Send your representative, please. All right, so let's give them our attention.
We did things like it's about how the people think when they are presenting, and like he's thinking about his presentation and how he's presenting, and also if people are paying attention and if they are interested in the presentation.
Okay, good. So focusing on the audience, I like that. Good. All right, grab your seat. I know it looks like you guys had some different things, but that's all right. Give us what your ideas. It's okay if yours is not quite ready like it was supposed to be.
Why?
They misunderstood the instructions a little bit, so theirs is a little bit different, but that's okay. There you go. She's ready. Made it work. Okay, let's give her our attention, please.
You always need to look like clean and neat, so you can look professional, and make sure that you're wearing like your shoes are, how do you say, like
Half holes. You're not
dirty.
Hold up. Let's give her a space, please.
And
Not like a hobby.
Hold up.
you're supposed to be, your hair needs to be like peinado, combed.
Good.
Como yo.
Guys, excuse me.
And we're done.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. So how we look is very important. Good. Find your seat. So these are good characteristics, right? And so when we're giving presentations, we should try to do all of these things to make ourselves look professional, right? Next week, you're going to start giving your presentations for your consultant reports, right? You've already got your information ready. I want us to practice and think about doing these things during our presentations, okay? Before you do some practice, I'd like us to get together with our partners today to do some practice. Before you do that, I'd like you to open up on your iPads the same images that you had before, the same images you were looking at, the 4 presenters. And I want you to give 4 pieces of advice to these people. So you could choose 1 piece of advice per picture. Maybe 1 piece of advice has 0 things wrong, so you can just do 2 for 1, things like that. But instead of just saying, hold on. Instead of thinking about general advice, I want you to give specific advice about these things. So if you look up at the board real quick, give advice about what they should be looking like if there's something wrong. Maybe something how they should be acting differently. Maybe how they should sound differently. Obviously you can't hear them, but you can make some assumptions you can imagine. And then what do you think they're thinking that's making them make those mistakes?
In the same group.
In the same groups. Okay? Go ahead and take a minute. 4 pieces of advice.
El primero es